classmates. When I become a teacher, I will apply Thorndike's law of readiness. If a learner is not prepared to learn, then the learners cannot learn effectively. This means that law of readiness is a preparation of action. In the contrary, the law of readiness of Thorndike's is very influential law because this is to prepare the student to their study. When the student feel ready, they learn more effectively. That's why the law of readiness is a stepping stone of the future teacher to enhance the knowledge of the learners to become a better student. In applying a law of readiness, this is to physically and mentally ready the learners to enter in the school. That is why most often the teachers use an activity that are related to the lessons so that when the teacher discusses the lessons, here has a student can physically and mentally understand and ready for the questions and to the lessons that she discussed. As a future teacher, it is important for me that we should practice the readiness of our learners before we proceed to the deepened discussion to our entire lessons. Instead of jumping into directly to the lessons, I will apply the law of readiness to my student, just like doing some activities, motivational story, poem, or storytelling that related to the topic that I will going to discuss to them so that they are prepared to answer to my questions after my discussion. It is important for me that my students are prepared and ready so that they can gain knowledge to the topic and the lessons that I will going to discuss to my students. That's all. Thank you, ma'am.
When I become a teacher, I will apply Thorndike's law of exercise by simply put that the law of exercise states that drill or practice helps in increasing efficiency and durability of learning. As I will apply law of exercise, I will give my students an assessment to write spelling words 3 times each, and then they will use it in a sentence. That's how I will apply Thorndike's law of exercise. Law of exercise is necessary to practice the skills because by doing, the bond between stimulus and response is strengthened.
In terms of teaching, I will assure that I will give careful in giving new information to my students to avoid misconception. Primacy is being first, which often creates a strong impression. This means that instructor must be right the first time. Everyone knows from experience how hard it is to break a bad habit. And teaching wrong first impression is harder than teaching them the right the first time must be considered. One of the most famous quotes goes, first impression and the last impression. Similarly, learning that takes place in the early stage and is the best. Teacher must design content from the online classes that presents the concept in a logical order. Following a course curriculum will help teacher in delivering the subject the right way. The first time, make us of some of the amazing apps in the digital world to organize your course materials. The first learning experience of the students how, how should be positive, else they have enrolled in your course.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. So, Here is my chosen law by Thorndike. When I become a teacher, I will apply Thorndike's law of intensity. First, let us define what is the law of intensity. So the law of intensity explains that the more excitement your e-learning course creates, the more likely it will be remembered. Creating a hands-on experience or one that causes the student to feel the strong emotion will make the lesson more easily remembered. Moreover, it implies that a learner will learn more from the real thing than from a substitute. Likewise, a learner is likely to gain greater understanding of tasks by performing them rather than merely reading about them. So the goal is to make the learnings more exciting, to remember easily and not a boring one. For example, in the future, I will group them to perform an activity or games, asking them to sing or dance one by one or group to discover their talents and make it as their performance task so that they'll be more encouraged to do it well. Or tasking them to perform a drama in a story, tasking the learners to play a volleyball or chess game, classroom experiments, field trips. Furthermore, providing a TV or projector using presentations to flash the lessons and topics to catch the attention of the learners, as nowadays they easily understand better if connected to ICT or information and communication technology. Therefore, through providing students engage more in activities and games will make them easier to understand the lessons and discussions better than reading. It also makes them more active and alert mentally and physically. So that would be all. Thank you.